JF Stretford, Paddock, this is the Paper Talk. You know the drill by now. I'm in the studio, it's live, so get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think about all the latest Manchester United news. We're going to be talking about Lisandro Martinez. It looks like that is happening. Mike Vui, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Basically, Tier 1 Ajax journalist has said that Manchester United have gone in with an increased bid. So we'll get into all that. We'll also have a Frenkie de Jong update. It's looking good on that front as well. Fingers crossed we're going to get that deal over the line. We've also been linked with a striker who's was at Leipzig, went on loan to Ajax, if I'm getting that the right way around. So we'll be talking about that as well. And there's been a kit launch. And there's been a video launch with this kit featuring Ronaldo. So there's all sorts of things going on there. So let us know what you think about those stories and anything else you may want to talk about. Let us know if you've got any stories. If you're ITK, then now's the time to tell us. If you know anything, we want to hear from you. I'll get into some of the chats and then let's get into some of the story. Rebecca Jade O'Sullivan says, morning, Jay. Morning, Rebecca. Danny Inns, morning, Jay. Daniel Wood says, get David in. I think is that Jonathan David. James Wood says, James Wood's even, morning, Jay. How are you, pal? Up the Paddock. Yes, very good. Very good. I'm good because I'm feeling quite positive today. I don't know whether that's delusion or there's a reason for it. I've just seen the latest few stories. Maybe I'm just being a bit naive, but it's giving me a little bit of hope. So we could see some things happening, hopefully, over the next couple of days. And obviously, the tour is soon, and we're going on it. So yes, I am buzzing about that. I'm sorry. I just am. Right, let's get into this first story. This is about a lad called Brian Brobbey. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know a lot about him, because I don't. It's a little bit like the Tyrell Malacia thing, where you get linked with him, looks like something could be happening, you trust the manager, and then some people, not me, but some people, go on YouTube or whatever and see a few clips and then proclaim themselves to be expert. You may be an expert on this kid. You may know a lot about him. I'm not. So I'll just go with the facts that I can read. He was at Ajax, then he went to Leipzig, then he went to Ajax on loan. He scored 7 goals in the Eredivisie last season, in 11 games. 13 games in total, 7 goals. Didn't do anything really at Leipzig, but he's a young lad, 20 years old, and the latest is that Erik ten Hag wants him, and Erik ten Hag's reached out to him to try and get him to come to Manchester United. Now, we know we need a new striker. Even if Cristiano Ronaldo stays, I think we still need a striker. There's no sort of, denying that. Is this kid good enough? I don't know. Well, like I said earlier, what you'd have to do with that one is trust the manager. If the manager wants him, there's got to be a reason for that. I'll go into exactly what the story says here. This is in the Mirror. And this says, Manchester United have emerged as contenders to sign striker Brian Brobbey from RB Leipzig this summer. Erik ten Hag is on the lookout for more attacking firepower after the news that Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave. Ajax forward Anthony is said to be among the leading transfer targets for Ten Hag, and it also goes on to say it's now emerged that Ten Hag has held phone calls with Brobbey this summer, with Leipzig open to cashing in on the striker for as little as €15 million. Now, I've said a few times on this channel that United, yes, we should be able to make big money signings. I don't think there's an issue with that. I think, that is part and parcel of being a big club. There's times when you have to make the £50, £60 million signings. In the past, we've gone a bit too far with some of those signings, but we still need to make big signings. But I'd like to see us sort of be able to find the odd bargain as well. We never seem to do that. When's the last time United in the past have gone out and got bargains? It's very rare. And now we're looking at it and thinking, okay, here's a manager who knows the Dutch league well. He knows the leagues well. We're meant to have this new scouting system. Are there not some players that we can get on the cheap, shall we say? And this isn't about saving the Glazers money. I couldn't give a toss about saving them money. That parasites who've bled this club dry. What this is about is if you do get the odd bargain here and there, that frees up more funds from your transfer kit to go out and get the big money signings that you need as well. Because let's face facts, Manchester United need a big overhaul. We don't just need 2 or 3 players. We probably need about 6 or 7. We've lost about 5, haven't we, already this summer? We've lost like Cavani, Mata, Matic, Pogba and Lingard. Those are squad players at least who would have featured. So you need to replace them. We also finished 6th with them, so we need to improve. So you do need to bring some players in. And if you can get the odd bag in, like I said, it can help you free up this. So I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about him, but I trust the manager, and he's obviously a good young striker. Scored few goals in the Dutch league last season, and if he wants him, I'll be up for that. Andrew Rafferty says Motti for Prime Minister. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the manager? You say, can you imagine the carnage and the chaos it caused? I don't think it's doing much worse than what's going on, but I'll leave that for another day. Yeah, let us know what you think. What do you think of this deal or this interest? Because, I mean, I think he's 20, the kid there. So he's very young, bit sort of under the radar perhaps. But are you keen on this? Does this make a lot of sense? Are you worried at all that he's too under the radar? This is, almost too unknown. I know unknown, but, he's not like a big name, is he? Let's have it right. Abhishek, welcome to the first team. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everyone's support as well. Over 1,000 people watching, only 143 likes. Let's get to 500 likes by the end of this video. I'm sure we can do it. Richard Porter said, I heard he's better than CR7. Joel Page with a good question says, Jay, thoughts on Dylan Levitt? Yeah, Dylan Levitt's gone back to Dundee United, I believe, on a permanent deal. He had a good season there last season. I think he was he Fans Player of the Year there, I believe. I always had the impression with Dylan Levitt that he wasn't going to end up coming back to United and playing in the first team. I might have been wrong, but, well, it doesn't look like I'm wrong because he's gone to Dundee United. But I remember saying at the time, I had the impression that there was a time when it was him and Garner, weren't there? Was like a double sort of the two midfielders in the academy or whatever. And you always felt Garner was more likely to get a chance at Manchester United. His loan spells sort of alluded to that as well. When you go to, I think he went to Watford, didn't work out. He went to Forest, didn't he, twice. Smashed it there, especially last season, getting promotion. So you look at Garner, you think there's a chance that this kid can get a shot at the first team. With Levitt, I always felt he was slightly less likely to happen. Seems he's got it Dundee United. I wish him well. Good young player. You never know what can happen with football. He might go and smash it there, and Manchester United might end up buying him back 10 years later for 89 million or something. Craig Harrison, member of the academy for 7 months, says, who out there will be able to pay CR7's wages without breaking their wage structure? And he's done this emoji. It's a good question. Chelsea have been linked with him, haven't they? So maybe that can happen. Ed C says Scotty is Jay's deputy PM. I'll tell you what, I'll say that. He could answer to me, yeah. Should we talk about the kit launch? Because we've had a new kit, haven't we? There you go. There's the Headless Horseman there advertising the kit, as you can see behind me. I mean, yeah, it looks all right, doesn't it? There's it's a nice kit, I suppose. I was talking to Joe about this a minute ago. You get all this thing, don't you, when the new kits come out, where people start sort of criticising those who buy it, or, what, you're giving money to the Glazers if you buy the kit, and I don't even know if that's the case. I think Adidas get all the money, don't they? I don't know. And then people say, I'm not getting it from that, I'll just get a Schneid one. Okay, is that not slave labour? I don't know, I don't care. It's up to you if you want to get a kit. If you don't, fine. Each to their own on that front. It's up to you if you like it or not. Or I think it looks all right. I've seen worse. Do you know the worst kit? One of the worst kits I thought we had was that. But it's always got fond memories because we won the league in it. It was that Gingham one. I thought that was minging, but I think that's the last time we won the league, wasn't it? So when you look at a kit, I always think you look at a kit and what it represents in terms of what your football team did at the time. Did at the time. So if we, were to win the league in this, I'm not saying well, but if we, and I'll love it. If we were to get relegated, then I'll hate it. So there was a bit of intrigue as well, because where would it be without a bit of drama at Manchester United? I think Laurie Whitwell did a story about, there was a video with Cristiano Ronaldo featuring in it that was ready to go. It was Ronaldo and Beckham and Eric Cantona. And this was the thing about the number 7s and, different kits. And obviously this kit and this big part of it, United apparently hold it back. But now there's a video gone out, and I don't know if it's the same one that Laurie's talking about, but it features Ronaldo. So he is in the video. And it features Cantona and Beckham. So there is a video with them. I don't know if there's a bigger one or a longer one that's still being held back. But yeah, Ronaldo's in the kit launch video. Does that mean he's going to stay? I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We know that there's these stories been coming out that he wants to leave. Apparently, he's upset that the club have sort of all the stories doing the rounds that he's not training because he's refusing to train. Apparently, he's got his family issues. Me and Joe were talking about this the other day, and I was saying, we know he went through a traumatic time with his family, last season. Maybe there is something there. I don't know. It's up to you whether you give him the benefit of the doubt, but at the moment, it just seems like we're in a little bit of an impasse. Abhishek in the super chat says, collar up or down? It's a good question. If I was to wear that, I'd have my collar down. But, do what you got to do. Craig Sharman says, he's been a member of the, he's welcome to the academy even. Thanks for your support, Craig. Thanks to everyone who's give us their support. Hit that like button. Tom Greenwell says, so I choke somewhat. Nice. GB says, very 90s style. Court Star says, surprised they didn't get Owen. Yeah, they could have gone through the different number 7s route, couldn't they? They could have had Michael Owen, Alexis Sanchez, and Memphis Depay. And who else was there? Angel Di Maria. Yeah, do you remember them ones? What's next on the agenda, producer Callum? Martinez. Let's talk about Lisandro Martinez, because this came out last night from the Tier 1 journalist, that is Mike. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm just reading an article in Dutch there. That's not going to help me, is it? Yes, and apparently Manchester United have gone back in with a second bid for Lisandro Martinez. And if you don't know, Lisandro Martinez is I'm sure you do know, he's the kid from Ajax. Obviously, Ten Hag knows him well. Can play at centre-back. He is a centre-back, I think, but can play in DM. This broke last night, and it literally says, breaking, Ajax receives increased bid from Manchester United for Martinez, 50 million euros, including bonuses. So you can see it's probably going to add up to around 50 million quid. This is a player that obviously Ten Hag wanted. He's sort of earmarked. It looked like it was going to happen. When we're first interested in him, you think, okay, this is this seems something that can get done. But then you saw that Arsenal were in for him. Arsenal went in. I think they lowballed it a bit, Arsenal. I think they did like 30 million, then 34 million. United came in, I think, around 38 million or something around 40 million, and have now increased it. So that looks like it could happen. We'll have to wait and see what Ajax's response is going to be, but it certainly looks like United are there or thereabouts in terms of what Ajax wanted. We're willing to pay it. Let us know what you think. Sorry, Alien Tenno says it's 43 million, Jay. Yeah, I think it's 43 million. It goes up to 50 with add-ons. It's always how you look at these deals, isn't it? Because sometimes people look at it and just go, that's the starting offer. Sometimes people put the add-ons. Usually with United, the press like to include the add-ons, which is probably why we've got there. Mossab says it's 50 million euros, not pounds, Martinez, Jay, around 42 million quid. James Wood says kits are only remembered by what we win in it. Be more interested in how we play on the pitch. Yes, I agree with that one. I think, like I said earlier, if you win things or you do well, then you can look back on that kit with fondness. A few people in the chat saying actually it's around 43 million quid with add-ons. Let's have a look at this now. Let's get into this. So the Mail have got it as well. Manchester United up there, Lisandro Martinez bid to 43 million quid to beat Arsenal to the signing, with Ajax considering the offer close to their valuation. Goes on to say United have made an improved 43 million offer for Ajax defender Lisandro Martinez in a bid to beat Arsenal to his signature. The new offer is 5 million more than the last proposal and is close to Ajax's valuation. It said that Ajax and United and Arsenal have both offered around 38.5 million. So this 43 million pound bid looks like that could be just around what Ajax wanted. So we'll have to wait and see there, but could be some moves on the horizon here. You look at the Tyrone Malacia one's already done. Christian Eriksen, we were hearing yesterday that is almost done as well. That he's willing to come to Manchester United. The terms have been agreed, 3-year deal. There shouldn't be any dramas there. Now we look at this one with Martinez, and it looks like we're gonna win the race to sign him as well. Could be a twist in the tail. As always, we'll always keep you posted and let you know what's going on as and when we get any breaking news. Should we have a De Jong update? Let's have a little update about Frenkie de Jong. Yes, now this is the story doing the rounds. I mean, this has become a little bit of a saga, hasn't it? Chelsea going in for him was sort of put a real spanner in the works there, didn't it? Because it looked like United had a free run at him. Then we heard yesterday that Chelsea were in for him as well, and you think, oh, great, this is just what we need. Now, however, it seems like Frenkie de Jong favours United. The Mirror have got this, and it says Frenkie de Jong is thought to favour a move to Manchester United over Chelsea. New Blues owner Todd Boehly has jetted out to Barcelona to discuss potential transfers. The Catalan Giants have already made one acquisition from Stamford Bridge in the form of Andreas Christensen on a free transfer. That's a bit weird way to word that, isn't it? In the form of Andreas Christensen. Why don't I just say Andreas Christensen? But also thought to be in the for Blues duo Cesar Azpilicueta and Marcus Alonso. So it looks like there's more deals going from Chelsea to Barca rather than the way around. Maybe they're going to have discussion, but it looks, like De Jong does prefer Manchester United. I mean, I hope so, because there's been so much sort of drama regarding this transfer. If you end up going to Chelsea now, it'd be an absolute embarrassment. Seamus Nolan has been a member of the first team for 3 months. Says, hi Jay, have you any plans for doing stuff when here in Melbourne, and how do we find out? Great work today, hopefully we get something done. Yes, Seamus, if you're about in Melbourne, give us a shout on the Instagram or whatever, or on Twitter, you know where to find me. We'll meet up with you guys. We're going to meet up with fans over there, so we want to meet up with everyone as we can, as many people as we can, sorry. So yeah, we're definitely going to do stuff there. So, yeah, we want to get you involved. It's your channel, and it'd be great to connect with some of the Australian United fans who are over there in Melbourne, and we'll also be in Perth, and we'll be in Thailand, and after that we'll be in Norway as well. So know how passionate all those fans are. You know, the fans from around the world, a credit to Manchester United. I'm so passionate. It's great that you're going to get to see the Reds as well. A bit of a shame that Ronaldo won't be there, but there's plenty of other players there. And who knows, maybe, you know, at some point you might get a new signing joining us. I think Malacia is going, but there was talk one there of maybe some of the other signings joining in. Not for Thailand, but maybe even further down the line. I think even Ronaldo might, they said he might end up joining the tour a bit further down the line if he's not going to Thailand. So we'll keep you posted on that and see what's going down. Darren Cox says, heard relations between Barca and De Jong's agent are really bad. Yeah, it does seem like there's a sort of the relationship is fraying there. Barca apparently owe him 17 million quid or whatever it is, or 70 million euros. In deferred payments, so that's thrown a spanner in the works in terms of that. They don't want to give it him. He obviously wants it. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I think that's Chase Samagi says De Jong is a bit complicated than we think because Barca owe Frenkie 14.7 million. Yep. Charlie Hack says, Jay, I'm currently in work. I have no volume. Give me a thumbs up if you're all right, pal. Charlie, keep grafting, bro. Right, should we move on? There's another little story here as well about the Ten Hag documentary. Yes, of course, because we all love a Ten Hag documentary. Apparently it's called Ten Hag Making a Manager. Oh, very good, like making a murderer, but without the wrongful imprisonment. So this is a 3-part series on Sky Sports. It's going to be coming out soon. I'll be interested to see this and just who they get to comment on it. Because if they're going to get people that actually know Ten Hag, great. If you're going to get people like, Paul Merson, who's going to sit there and go, oh, he's done it in Holland, but can he do it in England? I don't know. What? They've got Dutch people on it there. Thank you. Yap Stam's it, right? Do you know what? I've just been told off producer Anna, Yap Stam's in it. I don't care. That is it. If you give me 3 hours of Yap Stam, I'm in. Yeah, the greatest defender the Premier League has ever seen. Certainly the greatest Dutch defender the Premier League has ever seen. There's not even a debate. Anyone that says that, anything else is just wrong. So it'll be interesting to see that. Because you know what, right? I feel like you know a bit about Ten Hag. We've all done our own work, haven't we? We've all seen a few Ajax games. We all know his record. We all know what he's won. We all seen the Champions League run and all that stuff. But that's just sort of the obvious stuff, innit? That's not really scratching beneath the surface. So it would be good to see a proper documentary that tells you a bit more about him, because this is probably the most excited I've been for a manager for a long time, because he's coming in on the up. Listen, I was excited when we got Jose, but the only problem with Jose was he'd just been sacked off Chelsea, and he'd left them in, 15th when he got sacked after winning the title. Louis van Gaal's best seasons or best years were 20 years behind him. Again, he'd done okay recently, but he wasn't in the peak of his career, was he? Let's not kid ourselves. Moyes hadn't won a trophy, so it's a bit difficult to get overly excited about him. But you're looking at it now, and same with Ole. Ole did a very good job as caretaker, but his record was good at Mulder. In the Premier League, been sacked by Cardiff. Ten Hag comes in, having absolutely shone at Ajax, done really well, played great football, won trophies, had Champions League runs. So, this is a manager where I think, this could be special. I feel like he's got his work cut out because of what he's inheriting and because of the levels of the teams above us and the fact that they've obviously been flying and they've been invested in their team as well. But he's obviously a very talented manager. Tom Greenwald says, wait until they have behind-the-scenes footage when we sign Danny Welbeck, Jay. Don't give me up. Steve Fletcher says, verbal agreement for Martinez, Jay. Is that breaking news, or is that sort of what we already knew? It looks like the Martinez thing is moving forward, doesn't it? We'll have to wait and see if it does, you know, Fabrizio Romano, I think when he was tweeting, was about 11 hours ago when he last tweeted about it, saying, if that's, I'll just find Fabrizio Romano's tweet on it. I'll just find it there, yeah. Manchester United are planning to push again for Martinez. Tenag considers him a priority target. No intention of give up after opening bid turned down. So that goes on to talk about, you know, the second bid that we've just mentioned. So yeah, Martinez looks like it's going to happen. De Jong looks like it could happen. Maybe we're going to get this kid as well, Brobbey. I don't know, but if we do find out, we will keep you posted. As always, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget as well to hit subscribe. If you're not subscribing to the channel, sort your lines out and subscribe. We'll be heading off over to pre-season tour, but before that, we're going to have the brew later on today. I'll be back for the brew at 4 o'clock, so make sure you're checking that out as well. This has been the Paper Talk with me, Jay. Thanks for watching.